The next ability is, and believe it or not, and it's going to come on one of it, is accountability. Okay? We show you one of the things that we suggest when you have a goal to accumulate or start a business or whatever it is. We tell you if you want to get $100,000 using other people's money and bank money, you need to have accountability. We suggest that you have at least 3, do a contract with yourself, and have a minimum of 3 people that live outside of your house that hold you accountable. Or whatever your goal is, okay? Right now, we're talking about how to get $100,000, and we're talking about, of course, making sure that you are able to hit your goals. Don't just think it and talk it, you gotta ink it. So you gotta have accountability, okay? The next ability, which is huge, and some people don't get, you gotta have some responsibility, okay? Now, responsibility is, let's use workout. If you know you're supposed to work out 5 days a week, and one of the days, for whatever reason, you got tired, fatigued, distracted, you just didn't want to do it, you just didn't care, right? That's no problem. You know you got to do it. Be responsible enough, even if the person don't hold you accountable, be responsible enough to do it on a makeup day. So if you miss a Tuesday, then do it on Saturday. You miss Thursday, then do it on Sunday. If you miss a Tuesday and Wednesday, do it Saturday and Sunday. But you got to be responsible to make that thing happen. All right, the next one is, the next ability, commitability, okay? Just making up words, right? I know. Commitability. All right, I think that's a spelling, but y'all know what I'm saying. Commitability. You got to commit to it. And how you commit to it is it has to be in your, listen to me, ladies and gentlemen, and I don't even know how to share or say this any simple. If it's not in your top 2, pushing it 3 goals, God or whatever your supreme being or your spirituality or religion that you do don't count, that's a given. Your family, that's a given, don't count. That's automatic, okay? So you can't use those things like people use those things as an excuse. All right, 1, you got your job, okay? Your place of employment, okay? Or the business that you do, that's 1. Whatever that you're looking to do need to be number 2. 3 is pushing it, preferable number 2. So if you work and in school, you probably won't get this 100,000 unless you put school number 3. That doesn't mean you drop out of school, you don't do the work, but this, you got to get obsessed to become your priority. Right here is getting 100,000 using other people's money and the bank money. Because if you don't get committed to it, it's always going to be a new flavor of the day. Life is going to show up. Murphy going to come knocking. Sometimes Murphy going to want to move in. You can be like, who invited you in, right? So Murphy law is going to show up. If you don't know what Murphy law is, that things will happen. Things will go wrong. Things will happen and go wrong at the worst possible time. Because that's just what Murphy does, okay? The last one on here, which is probably huge, and we're going to get into it more in detail, which is number 5, which is coachability. Okay? Coachability. Okay? You can, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about exactly how to get a mentor, coach, and why you want to do it later. But right now, we want to make for sure this is huge. Coachability. We're talking about right now, don't just think it, talk it, you got to ink it. In order to do that, talking about how to get 100,000 using other people's money and the bank money, everything we talked about is you got to have coachability, which means coachability is following instructions, follow instructions, not when you agree, not when somebody watching, following when they not around and when they disagree. Some people call this discipline. Okay, I'm gonna just call it straight to the point. Following instructions and then coachable, okay? But you gotta be able to do that even when people are not watching and when you wanna do something different, because something in our gut, something in our head tells us, that's not what she said. That's not what he said. That's not what they said. But then there's something on the other side of your head and brain is like, hey, this is what I want to do. It's mine. I do it anyway I want to. And we just do it. We got to start doing the other side. Because if you think about it twice, you probably shouldn't do it. If you've been informed not to. If you got to do all that thinking like, oh, I want to do this or it's difficult, after you done had a conversation, you probably shouldn't do it. You want to be what? You want to be coachable. You got to have coachability. Now, this is the key that I did not make up. This system right here, you can get it from a book right here that's called Think and Grow Rich. I have something similar, of course, in my book. I did not make this up. The Godfather, or one of the Godfathers of self-development, Napoleon Hill, talks about this in the book. You have to be able, in order to make this also come to fruition, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, you got to write down what you want to do. Okay, that's important. You got to write down what you want to do, whatever that is. You want to get $100,000 using other people to bank money so you can invest, buy a business, start a daycare, get real estate, whatever you want to do. You want to make sure you do that. You got to have the what, okay? The next thing, you got to put the when. You got to put a time. Okay, you got to put a time and a date. Now, people think just because you put a time and date, if you don't hit it on a time and date, you have not failed. All you have done is learn lessons along the way and adjustments you need to make to get to the goal, and you just set a new time and date if you need to, okay? But this one right here, this is what's going to change the game right here. Is why you want to do it, okay? This got to be something that is going to change and improve not just your life, but somebody else's life, okay? The only way you're going to get what you want, you got to help enough people get what they want. So you got to be able to not just help yourself, you got to help somebody else get what they want, solve a problem, and then you got to be able to do something for somebody other than yourself. Because if it was all about yourself, people wouldn't be overweight, people would be broke. People would always do more to change somebody else's life than only change their own. So you want to make for sure you do that. And then obviously, which is important, if you want to know the amount that you want to do to get that. All right, and then all you do now is just put the action steps to make that happen. Now, I know some of you said I did not put this right here, the how. Ladies and gentlemen, the how is none of your business. If you got what you want to do, when you want to get it done, why you want to do it, and the amount or the things that you actually go, which kind of go with the what you want to do, the how is none of your problem. The how will show up itself. Ladies and gentlemen, the problem is we sit around and we want all the lights to be green. I didn't experience it myself. Early in the morning, late at night, the lights ain't gonna never be green. I had to find out the hard way because they got things that's built in the ground that synchronize the lights so they're not gonna be all green so they don't have accidents. It's set up that way. It's set up that things are set up to happen so things don't overrun. So want to make for sure you definitely get this. Don't just think it or talk it. You got to ink it. If you want to make $100,000 using other people's money and the bank money, use the 5 abilities. Make sure you set the game plan and it'll happen. So as I say all the time, good things come to those who wait, but only what's left over from those who hustle. The hustle is for free, but the game is for a fee. My name is Fahim Muhammad, the Freedom Coach. Free yourself and your dreams will follow.